definition of variable, which you have read in the last chapter, does not tell you how it varies. Variables differ on the basis of specific criteria. That means variables, yesterday given, variables means what? Okay, nothing is there, only 11 comma statistics and topic variable. The topic, can you see the topic? Topic is variable, just nothing is there. Okay, so these variables means which varies over a period of time, not a constant. So this variable we can divide into two parts. One is the continuous variable, another is discrete variable. Okay, a continuous variable can take any numerical value. It may take integral values like 1, 2, 3, 4, fractional values, half, 2/3, 3/4, and values not exact fraction. Okay, or in also in decimal also. Okay. So these are variable, we can say the continuous. There is the variables where there is no between the two variables there is no any discontinuity there, like 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 like this. After 1.9 then it become 2, then again 2.1, so on. So example, the height of students as he or she grows, say from 90 centimeter to 150 centimeter, would take all the values in between them. It can take values that are whole numbers like 90 centimeter, 100, then 108, 150. It can also take fractional. Okay, how? Values like 90.85 centimeter, 100, 2.34 centimeters, so like this. So that are not whole numbers. So in the continuous variables, maybe the number may be not in the whole number, it may be in also the fractions that are not whole numbers. Thus variable height is capable of meaning in every conceivable value, and its values can also be broken down into infinite gradations. So the whole number we can break down into the fractions. Other example, a continuous variable are weight, time. Time means what? Now it's 2, not 2. 2 is the whole number. Now is the 2 and 50. Okay, 2:50 p.m. So like this. Unlike a continuous variable, a discrete variable can take only certain values. It can be jump. Okay, only there is a only whole number. It can be jump also. Like 1, then 2, then we take 5. Not in continue. Okay, not in a continuous series. Its value change only by finite jump. It jumps from one value to another but does not take any intermediate value between them. So there is no intermediate value, whatever we see in the fractions. For example, a variable like number of students in a class. Obviously, in a student of a class, obviously number of students is a whole number if 50 students in one class or 40 students in one class, not 40.1 students. Okay, this is not possible. So for different classes would assume values that are only whole numbers. It cannot take any fractional value like 0.5 because half of a student is absurd. Okay, therefore it cannot take a value like 25.5 between 25 and 26. Instead, its value could have been either 25 or 26. So we can't take 25.2 or 25.25. So between 25, the next number will be 26, the whole number. Not we can't take 25.5. Okay, understood, Debargo? Which are the discrete variable and which are the continuous variable? Give me response. Either I can't understood. Okay, so next, the values in between them, the fractions are not taken by it. But we should not have the impression that a discrete variable cannot take any fractional value. Suppose x is a variable that takes values like 1 by 8, 1 by 16, 1 by 32, 1 by 64. Is it a discrete variable? Yes, because though x takes fractional values, it cannot take any value between two adjacent fractional values. It changes or jumps from 1 by 8 to 1 by 16. Okay, so we don't take any between 1 by 8 and 1 by 16, we don't take any other number. It jumps from 1 by 8 to 1 by 16. So it also, which x we assume that x is a one variable. So if the value of x is changeable or this one, so we can take yes, this one is also variable or discrete variable. But it cannot take a value in between 8 by 8 and 1 by 16 or between 1 by 16 and 1 by 32. Okay, we can't take the value between these two fractions. One fraction then jump to another fraction. We can only take the other fraction whatever is given. Okay, we can't take any intermediate values between them. So example 4 shows how the marks of 100 students are grouped into classes. You will be wondering as to how we got it from the raw data of table 3.1. But before we address this question, you must know what a frequency distribution is. Okay, so let's see example 4. See in page number 27, example 4. Frequency distribution. Okay, see here, this one, some marks is given in one series. This one is continuous series. This one is continuous series. Why? See here, 0 to 10. Then again 10 to 20. There is a no gap. There is a no gap between two numerical values. So these are the continuous, is in the continuous series. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. Okay, so these are the continuous variable or continuous series. Next, we need to know what is the frequency or what is the frequency distribution. Frequency means what? See, frequency distribution of marks in mathematics of 100 students. 0 to 10, frequency 1, that means 0 to 10. Okay. So, see in example 4, there is a marks is given and also respective frequencies. Frequencies means the marks or the number how many time occurs. That means 0 to 10. How much student got 0 to 10 marks? 1 student. Okay, so the number how many times occur. This is called the frequency. 10 to 20 marks. How much student got? 8. 20 to 30 marks. How much student got? 6. 30 to 40, 7 students. Okay, so this is called the frequency. So let's see in your book, page number 28. What is frequency? What is a frequency distribution? A frequency distribution is a comprehensive way to classify raw data of quantitative variable. Quantitative variable means what? Debargo, tell me the answer. Quantitative variables. What is the quantitative variables? Quantitative variables means the variable in number form, in numerical form, like 10, 20, 15. This is called the quantitative variable. Okay. Okay. So next. So it shows how different values of a variable. Here the marks in mathematics scored by a students are distributed in the different classes along with their corresponding class frequencies. In case we have 10 classes of marks 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and up to 90 to 100. The term class frequency means the number of values in a particular class. Okay, so what is the frequency distribution or frequency means? Class frequency means the number of values in a particular class. That means, that is I already said, see 60 to 70 marks. How much student got? 90. So 90 is a particular number with respect to its respective classes or respective marks. Okay. So for example, in class 30 to 40 we can find 7 values of marks from raw data in table 3.1. They are 30, 37, 34, 30, 35, 39, 32. The frequency of class 30 to 40 is thus 7. But you might be wondering why which is occurring twice in the raw data is not included in the class 30 to 40. Had it been included, the class frequency of 30 to 40 would have been 9 instead of 7. See, here the puzzle would be clear to you if you are patient enough to read this chapter carefully and carry on. You will find the answer yourself. Okay, let's see. Each class in a frequency distribution table is bounded by class limit. Which are the called the class limits? See, 0 to 10. So this is called the lower limit, this is called the upper limit. So this is 0 to 10, this is one boundary, 0 to 10. So this is called the class limit. Understood? Next, class limit are two ends of a class. See, 0 one end of class and 10 is one end of a class. So class limit means two ends of a class. The lowest value is called lowest class limit. Here lowest class limit. And 10 is called upper class limit. Clear? What is class limit? What is the lower class limit? What is the upper class limit? Debargo, clear? Okay, next. For example, the class limit for the classes 60 to 70 are 60 and 70. Its lower class limit is 60 and upper class limit is 70. That already I told. Class interval and or class width. What is called the class interval? The difference between upper class limit and lower class limit. So 10 minus 0 is equal to 10. This 10 is the, here 10 is the, or if we take 50 to 60, 50 to 60, so 60 subtract 50, we get the 10. So this 10 is called the class interval or class width. Clear to all? Okay. So the difference between upper class limit and lower class limit is called the class interval or class width. For the class 60 to 70, the interval is 10. Okay, now class midpoint. What is called the class midpoint? Very easy. First we find the class midpoint or class mark is the middle value of the class. It lies halfway between the lower class limit and upper class limit. Okay, so there is one formula for finding the class mid value or midpoint. Okay, so what is the formula? Formula is the lower class limit plus upper class limit divided by 2. This is called the, so here how we find out the midpoint from 50 to 60. So 50 plus 60 is equal to 110. If it's divided by 2, then we get the 55. So 55 is the mid class mid value. Okay, Devargo clear? The class marks or mid value of each class is used to present the class. Once raw data are grouped into classes, individual observations are not used in further calculations. Instead, the class mark is used. So see here one example is given, the table 3.3. Class is given, respective frequency also given. Frequency means the number how many times occur with respective classes. Then lower class limit is here mentioned the every lower class limit of each classes and upper class limit of each classes and class mark or class midpoint. So now frequency curve, one is the most important topic for you. Frequency curve is a graphical representation of frequency distribution. So this frequency distribution, when we graphically draw, then it is called the frequency curve. Diagrammatic presentation of the frequency distribution of the data in our example is above. See, okay, next day we will find how to find the or how to draw the frequency curve, because today time is limited. So today I will stop here. Next day I will continue this class how to draw the frequency curve. Okay. Okay, up to this, anyone have any queries? Okay, so for today, up to that. Okay, so thank you.
Welcome, dear students. Debargo, can you listen my voice? Can you listen my voice? Okay, Debargo. Can you listen my voice? Okay, thank you. Now, today is now Impress system of petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book. Impressed system of Impress system of petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book. Okay. Under this system, the petty cashier is given. Under this system, the petty cashier is given. The petty cashier is given. Petty cashier is given a fixed sum of money. Given a fixed sum of money. Given fixed sum of money in the beginning of the beginning of the month, in the beginning of the month or week, the actual amount, or week, the actual amount spent by him is checked from the vouchers, is checked from the vouchers by the head cashier, is again given an amount, is again given an amount equal to the amount spent by him so that in the beginning of the beginning of the next month. Beginning of the next month. Next month or week has the same amount. Has the same amount. Has the same amount. So now, the implicit system, under this system, the petty cashier is given a fixed sum of money in the beginning of the month or week. The actual amount spent by him is checked from the vouchers by the head cashier. Checked from the vouchers by the head cashier is again given an amount equal to the amount spent by him, so that in the beginning of the next month or week has the same amount. Next month or week has the same amount. Okay, clear? This is the implicit system of cash book. Now any head cashier given to the money advance to the spend for the next month or next week. This is the called implicit system of petty cash book. This is the called implicit system of petty cash book. Okay. This is the called implicit system of petty cash book. Now, example, rupees 5,000 is given to a petty cashier on 1st January. Example, rupees 5,000 are given. Rupees 5,000 are given to a petty cashier. On 1st January. On 1st January, he spent rupees 4,900 during the month. During the month, he will be paid. He will be paid rupees 4,900. Rupees 4,900 again. কখন কেটে দিকে চলে যাচ্ছে তো কি করি বল দেখিনি, 5 বছর কেউ তো থাকছে না এখানে। হয়ে গেল, প্রথমে লাগিয়ে দিয়ে যাচ্ছে আর কেটে যাচ্ছে, খালি বকে যাচ্ছে কেন। So now, example, rupees 5,000 are given to a petty cashier on 1st January. He is paid rupees 4,900 during the month. He will be paid rupees 4,900 again, so that on 1st February, he possesses rupees 5,000. He possesses rupees 5,000 because a balance of rupees 100 was already held by him. The 5,000 are given, rupees 5,000 are given to a petty cashier on 1st January. He is paying rupees 4,900 during the month. He is paying only 4,900. Cash in hand 5,000, he is paying only 4,900. So, the cashier again will pay first priority 4,900 because the 4,900 now already is spent and rupees 1,000 in cash in hand. Total 4,000 plus 900, 5,000. This is the Impress system of petty cash book. Those amount will spend there. Now, same amount will be given to the next month or next week. Now, advantage of Impress system petty cash book. Now, number 1, control over petty expenses. Now, advantage. Number 1, control over petty expenses. Control over petty expenses. Control over misappropriation. Control over misappropriation. Control of head cashier. Control of head cashier. Advantages of petty cashier. Advantages of petty cashier. Advantages of petty cashier. Number 5, misuse of cash. Misuse of cash of petty cashier. Misuse of cash of petty cashier is difficult. Means the petty cashier is difficult. Okay. Advantage number 1, control over petty expenses. Number 2, control over misappropriation. Number 3, control of head cashier. Number 4, advantages of petty cashier. Number 5, misuse of cash of petty cashier is difficult. Misuse of cash of petty cashier is difficult. This is the Impress system of petty cash book. This is the Impress system of petty cash book. Okay. This is the advantage of Impress system of petty cash book. Now, the performer of petty cash book is very important. The performer of petty cash book. The performer of petty cash book is very important. In the books of petty cash book, date, particulars, voucher number, rupees, date, particulars, voucher number, total, and various type of expenses, debit, credit, date, particulars, voucher number, rupees, date, particulars, voucher number, total, rupees. Now, various type of expenses, this is postage and telegram, traveling expenses, postage and telegram, traveling expenses, postage and telegram, traveling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, and now last one is miscellaneous expenses. Date, particulars, voucher number, rupees, date, particulars, voucher number, total, postage, various type of expenses. Now, postage, traveling, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Now, cash receipt from chief cashier, date 2020, 1st March to received from head cashier, rupees 200, expenses 2020, 2nd March, postage expenses by postage account, 4 by telegram charges, by telegram charges, 14, same date, 4th March, by traveling expenses, traveling rupees 20, traveling expenses 20, by convenience allowance, 15, now posted on the convenience allowance. Next, 8th March, by tiffin expenses, 16, next 12, by carriage and cartage, expenses, by carriage and cartage expenses, 15, right now traveling expenses same as. Next, by repairs for typewriting, 25 miscellaneous, by office expenses, twenty by purchase of Almira, by purchase of Almira, repairing for Almira, repairing charges 15, total 5, 10, 15, 20, 26, 30, 34, 4 हाथ में 3, 3 के 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 144, 40 টাকা বার করি, 55, repairs for Almari 55, 184. Now postage charges total 4 plus 14, 18. Traveling charges 20, 35, 50. Office expenses 20. Tipping expenses 16. 80. By balance CD 16, 200, 2 balance BD 16, Impress system 2 bank 184, 2 bank 184. This is the petty cash book. This is the petty cash book. Now again I repeat this. Petty cash book, date, particulars, voucher number, rupees, date, particulars, voucher number, total, post. Now the various type of expenses now open. Now open of right hand side postage and telegram, travelling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. First, to receipt from head cashier 200, to receipt from head cashier 200. Okay. Clear? Write your chat box. Okay, thank you. This is the in the bookshop. In the bookshop, petty cash book, date, particulars, voucher number, rupees, date, particular, voucher number, total, postage telegram, travelling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. So now the receipt from head cashier 200, by postage total 4. Now write down the postage expenses, column of the postage expenses 4. By telegram, write down the same column, postage and telegram 14. Write down 14 the total column, and postage and telegram column 14. Next, by travelling expenses 20, travelling expenses 20. By convenience 15. Now travelling expenses 15. by tiffin expenses total, right now at first write the total column 16 and tiffin expenses column 16. Now in this type of account, petty cash book, all the expenses, open your different column of account. All the expenses maintain the different column of account. All the expenses maintained on different column of account by convenience charges, total 15, traveling expenses 15, by repairing of typewriters 25, village expenses 25, expense of 25, 27 by office expenses 20, now tiffin office expenses 20, okay, by repairs for Almira 55, now million expenses 55, clear? Now end the problem. At first added with total column 184, now add with individual column, postage and telegram total 18, traveling expenses total 50, office expenses total 20, tiffin expenses 60, miscellaneous expenses 80, the by balance CD 16, the total 200, the to balance BD 16. Now the chief cashier given the advance amount 184. Now total cash in 16 plus given to the 184, total 200. Total 200. This is the impress system of petty cash book. This is the impress system of petty cash book. Okay. Devago, understand? Write down the message. And what's the problem? Okay, thank you. Now I am giving the next problem and discuss about it. Okay. Okay, petty cash book format can you understand? Now again I will repeat this format. Okay, now again I repeat this format in the bookshop, okay, petty cash book, now at first write the left hand side date, after then particulars, voucher number, total rupees, date, particulars, voucher number, rupees. Okay, clear? Date, particular, voucher number, rupees. Okay, again carry side date, particulars, voucher number, total, date, particulars, voucher number, total, rupees, voucher number, total, rupees. Now postage and telegram, traveling expenses, convenience allowance, office expenses, tiffin expenses, and last of all miscellaneous expenses. Now various type of expenses. Now open the column. Now I write postage and telegram, postage and telegram, traveling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses, date, particulars, voucher number rupees, date, particular, voucher number, total, postage expenses, traveling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Okay. Clear this format? Now this is equal to the double column cash book, only differs for the all types of expenses. Now open the different columns. All types of expenses, now the different columns. Okay. Very good. Again I will repeat this. Date, particulars, voucher number, rupees. This is the 1% debit side. Date, particulars, voucher number, rupees. Okay. Now credit side, date, particulars, voucher number, total. And open the various column of all types of expenses. Open the various column of all types of expenses. All types of expenses. Okay. Various types of all types of expenses. That is postage and telegram, traveling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Now various types of expenses are postage and telegram, traveling expenses, office expenses, tiffin expenses, miscellaneous expenses. Now these type of expenses are not common. Okay. Now these type of expenses are comes quickly. Okay. Oftenly these type of expenses are common. Okay. The now date, particular, voucher number, rupees. This is the debit side. Credit side, date, particulars, voucher number, postage, telegram, traveling, office expenses, tiffin expenses and miscellaneous expenses. Office expenses, tiffin expenses and miscellaneous expenses. Okay. This is the format of petty cash book. Now given the another problem right now. Given the another problem right now. Prepare a petty cash book. Prepare a petty cash book. Prepare a petty cash book oblique impress system of petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book with a cash received from chief cashier, rupees 100. This is my chief cashier, rupees 100. Okay. Rupees 100. Okay. Now with a chief cashier received from rupees 100, February 1st February 2020, paid for traveling expenses, rupees 20, paid for traveling expenses rupees 20. 3rd February 20, paid for traveling expenses will be 20, paid for tiffin expenses, rupees 10. Next, 5th February 2020, paid for office expenses, paid for office expenses rupees 15. 6th February, paid for carriage expenses rupees 10. 8th February, paid for coolie charges, rupees 15. 10th February, repairing for typewriters, rupees 10. Repairing for typewriters rupees 10. Next, 14th February, repairing for typewriters rupees 10. Next, 14th February, paid for telegram charges, rupees 10. Telegram charge rupees 5. Traveling expenses rupees 10. 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40. Paid for telegram charges rupees 5. 15th February, paid for stamp duty, rupees 5. Paid for stamp duty rupees 5. Okay, paid for stamp duty rupees 5. Again I am repeat this the problem. Homework prepare a petty cash book or oblique impress system or petty cash book. Prepare a petty cash book or impress system or petty cash book. Now with a cashier, cash received on cheap cashier rupees 100. Cash received on cheap cashier. I don't know what is. Oh, how you go? What at all? Now, okay, this is the homework. Again, I am repeating the problem. Prepare a petty cash book or impress system of petty cash book with a cash received from a cheap cashier rupees 100. Carry on cheap cashier rupees 100. Paid for travelling expenses rupees 10. Paid for tiffin expenses rupees 10. 5th February. Paid for office expenses rupees 15. 6th February, paid for carriage expenses rupees 10. Paid for coolie charges rupees 15. Repairing for typewriter rupees 10. Paid for telegram charges rupees 5. Paid for stamp duty rupees 5. Okay, this is the homework. It is now in my class. Thank you. Okay, wait for the next class.
Yes, good afternoon.